Welcome to the Pitmaster Podcast. We're barbecue competition competitors that aim to share information, advice, tips, and tall tales about our favorite pastime. Head over to thepitmasterpodcast.com for all things Pitmasters, or follow us on your favorite social media platform. And now, here are the hosts of the Pitmaster Podcast, the two-time grand champion, SCA World Champion finalist, and barbecue specialist of Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue, the Anthony Luan, and the 24-time grand and reserve grand champion, reserve world grand champion, Windover High Roller champion, and the founder of Pitmaster Barbecue Supply Company stores in Utah, the old man himself from Big Johnson's Barbecue, Jesse Johnson.
This is Greg Rempe from the Barbecue Central Show, and you are listening to the Pitmasters Podcast, and they are doing it live.
We'll do it live.
That's right, Bill. I just said that. They're going to do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yes, live. They're going to do it live.
What's up, Pitmasters? Tuesday night live. How's it going, Jesse?
Good, brother. How are you doing?
Good. Were you ready to talk about Sizzlin the Sunset Steak Cookoff?
That sounds like a whole lot of fun in Death Valley, California.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. We got Evie and Eli on the show tonight. Yeah, we're gonna talk to them about this is gonna be a first year competition.
It'll be in October, so it'll be a cool 110 degrees.
Yeah, no, I think I talked to them in Vegas. They came and talked to me a little bit, and I do believe it's running around 80, 70s, 80s. I do believe we'll confirm that.
Plus it's the desert, so the desert can get cold overnight.
Yes.
So.
It sure can, but yep. Then we'll talk about their whole event. They do have some cool things that they want to announce. One of them that I really like is if you get registered early, they're giving away, they're comping somebody's entry fee. How cool!
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah,
beautiful area to have it, man. Yeah. Maybe I'll come down and just go four-wheeling and judge the competition.
No, maybe you should just come down and do it. You should just come cook it, man.
Well, speaking of competition, how did you do this weekend?
I was able to pull off a 16th place steak, a tied for 10th place steak, a 7th place steak, and rounded off with a 2nd place steak as well. So I worked my way up the ladder, and then also I cooked tacos and I took 12th. So I took, we're talking, 3 out of the 5 walks. So I thought that was pretty good.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
So who all got golden tickets? If you remember, did you pass? Did you your first place? Second, you probably got a golden ticket. You had to pass down at second place, didn't you?
Yes, we had to pass down. We passed down to Marion Benson, Tito, out of Colorado got one.
So those participation trophies are paying off.
Yeah, they sure are. They sure are. So
the Norute Barbecue Championships went really well. We were down about 13 teams, but all the teams had a good time. Man, Cole Plow, 5XL Cole Plow, his wife made burritos for breakfast on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And she made muffins.
Wow.
And oh my God, those muffins were good.
Nice.
I made a little sausage gravy to go with the burritos, but man, those burritos were on point, but the muffins were just a smash. I took half a pan home, and they didn't even make it to Monday.
Wow,
awesome. I don't eat carbs.
Yeah, it's very packed. Yep, and then a shout out to Jerry Aguilar taking home the grand championship, and then of course the friends of the show, Sin Barbecue. Yep,
yeah, the Chris's. Yep. And they took second place in brisket, and Christina, that was her first time cooking brisket. She took second place.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
That's always the high road, right? And then it's one of those ones, man. It can turn on you quick.
Crooked Pig's got a perfect score in chicken. And then a shout out to Josh Lynch from Wild West Barbecue, who walked away with second place in chicken. And then he won ribs as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yep. And then speaking of competitions, another KCBS, we got Christy Vanover. Just so everybody knows, she is putting it out there so everybody has a fair warning. July 11th, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I do believe. She is opening up her competition out there, and she's expected to sell out within minutes. So
what's the date of the competition?
Well, I can't even remember. I think it's October something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's my bad. Sorry, Christy. She was on the show last night talking about it a little bit, but so yeah. So make sure you get signed up for that, and then and then also make sure you sign up for this competition that we're going to talk about tonight because Evie and Eli are going to announce something super special. I don't think it's actually been done before in the SCA, honestly.
Well, can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
And we've got July 26th, we have a tri-tip competition at Pitmasters in Layton. So that's going to be fun. You can marinate your tri-tip in advance. You just can't season it. It has to come raw. And then we've got the professional 4-meet competition August 15th and 16th at Blue Compass RV in Ogden, Utah. $6,500 in prize money on that one too. So get signed up for that as well.
Perfect. Is that a sanctioned or just a barbecue?
That's a Utah. It's not a KCBS because of the conflict with Warland, Wyoming. So
got it.
But the RV store had a kind of a stipulation that they want to push it back any farther because of it's RV season right in the heart of it. Right. So
yeah,
perfect.
So well, cool. Let's go talk to our guest and
let's do it.
Find out about all this new competition that we got coming up.
I want to hear all about where they're having it too. Base camp.
Exactly. Right. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
We call it Thermapen 1, the first true 1-second cooking thermometer. Its unprecedented speed means Thermapen 1's responsiveness approaches the speed of thought. Because when you're plating the perfect menu or smoking the perfect side of barbecue, you don't have time to think about how your instant read thermometer is accurate to 0.5 degrees in 1 second or less, or how rugged and waterproof it is, or how big, elegant and bright the backlit display is. You'll just know it works, because our perfection powers your perfection. Seek perfection with Thermapen 1.
Evie and Eli, welcome to the show. How are you guys doing this evening?
We're good. How are you guys?
We're doing
awesome.
Great. Yes. Yeah. So I was at the barbecue competition at the Bass Pro Shop, and I do believe both of you guys walked up to me and said, we want to get involved in this. How do you do something like this? And I was like, well, I'm a cook. There's a lady that around the way, her name is Christy Vanover. Go over and find her, and she will tie you in. Weeks later, here we are. You guys must have went and found her immediately.
Actually, I don't think we ever found Christy. I think
didn't.
we got
you didn't find Christy.
All the steak and the delicious smelling things, and we kind of found our way online.
Nice!
The wonderful help of Ken and the SCA.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit why you guys wanted to do this, and then we'll talk about the venue. So what inspired this mostly?
I like food.
These are pretty much what it comes down to. We both love food. We both love cooking. It's a big thing in our household, and it was such an amazing experience to walk over to that parking lot and the warm welcome we got from everybody. We want to start events out at base camp, and this just seemed like the perfect opportunity. The people were fantastic. It was a warm welcome, like I said, and it really feels like something that we can do. And one of the things that we heard from a lot of people was there's not a lot of events on the West Coast, not nearly as much as what there is on the East Coast. No. And so we wanted to bring something to that. But then we thought, how do you make it extra special?
Make it better somehow. Make it different.
Yes. What else can we offer? So that's kind of what we spent some time on. Yeah.
So tell us more about the venue where everybody gets to come cook at.
Yeah.
So
that's a big deal.
Last year we bought a property with a colonial style home on 5 acres out there, and we have the space, and we always like throwing events and stuff like that. So we decided to make this like a home/event space to go just do something with and share it with people. Like she said, the community was so nice, very similar to the off-road community, just super nice. So we enjoy having those types of people around, and we just want to give people something different and some go somewhere else where most people don't go, like Death Valley. It sounds scary, but it's really not that bad. It's really actually kind of nice. We were there for there for like 5 days, and it was chill. We were just hanging out and working on the house and stuff like that.
So what kind of weather can people expect October 11th?
We chose October to make sure that it is a little bit more friendly to visitors.
A little cooler.
Around that time, it's beautiful. But one of the biggest features out there we wanted to share with everybody is the nighttime. We're in 100% light pollution-free zone.
Ooh, that's going to be cool.
Areas on Earth. And we thought, how do we share that with everybody? And that's where the Sizzlin at Sunset came from, was an evening event so everyone can experience that part of it at awards. Get kind of the best of both worlds. But it's on average about 80, 85 degrees that time of year.
It was low 90s last weekend.
Yeah.
Low 90s.
You can luck out.
Yeah, we lucked out.
We're also at about 3,000 feet. So we were on average about 10 degrees cooler than the Las Vegas area.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I was at Joshua Tree a week and a half ago. Man, that was a scorcher. It was tough. No wonder why people visit that place in like December.
Right? April to October is a little toasty.
Yeah.
So we had 72 degree temperature for the competition on Saturday after 104 on Thursday. So it was a welcome relief. And then, man, Sunday was nice up in Utah, 65 degrees.
Nice.
So,
right. Was it windy? Did you guys get a lot of wind, Jesse?
We had a lot of wind.
Yeah,
we did.
It was windy. It was very windy in Richfield as well, where I was cooking. And then Saturday night, holy smokes, it was 50, 60 mile an hour winds. Don't want to experience cooking in that, but it's all good. And how's the weather down there? Do you guys get a lot of wind, or are you guys in a valley where it's kind of pretty low key?
Canyon. It seems to kind of pass around us. It can get windy out on the salt flats down in Trona, which is about 11 miles away from us, the nearest little town. Okay. But in the canyon, it actually it's pretty nice.
Very nice. And then for accommodations for people that want to cook this, you guys have RV parking and tent camping available?
We do. So we decided we've got the space. Let's let people sit up and hang out and enjoy it for a little bit longer. So we are offering RV parking. We've got a limited number of spots. Camping if people want to camp out. But we've also made hotel accommodations and arrangements with a couple of the hotels in Ridgecrest, which is about 30, 35 minutes away from us. So we've kind of made sure everybody's as comfortable as they need to be.
Yeah, you can choose your own adventure.
Awesome.
Nice.
And then also, something that is very rare in the SCA that I've seen is it's a $160 entry fee, but if you enter 2, you're actually going to save yourself some money. It's going to be $300 for 2 steaks, which is that's kind of nice. Saving yourself $20 is great.
We want to make sure everybody participates as much as they want. We wanted to make it sure. One of the biggest things is I want to make sure that it's friendly. It's the end of the season, so when we talked about it, we talked about how do we get the people that don't normally participate in these things, especially from some of the surrounding areas who might not be familiar with these kinds of events. How do we make them feel like they're welcome too and they can participate, especially against, some of the gold ticket holders,
golden ticket guys.
Some of these guys are the pros like you guys. How do we make sure it's still a welcome event for people who want to do it for their first time?
That is awesome. And then it looks like we're paying first, second, third, $1,000 for first place, $500 for second, and $250 for third. And then are you guys doing trophies or just straight cash?
Trophies and cash.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds good. And then this is just my recommendation. You can listen to me, you don't. Make printable awards as well for you, maybe down to 5th, because that's just kind of that borderline where people usually normally get awards, but printables are totally fine. And that's awesome. Just a recommendation. You don't have to do it, but just something
I like
there.
that. Absolutely. Make sure everybody goes home with something memorable.
Right.
Yeah, we did trophies all the way down to 8th place for this last weekend. So
nice.
Yeah.
And then we're doing tacos and cheeseburgers, both a $50 entry fee. Cheeseburgers, I feel like I'm pretty confident in. Tacos, I have to make a redemption or Amanda will.
They're 12th place, you said.
Well, so here's the deal.
They're going to pull your Hispanic card, brother.
So here's the thing. In Richfield, they had a taco category. I decided I'm going to cook a fish taco. This is going to be amazing. I asked the manager. He makes a great taco sauce for fish tacos. I was like, hey, can you make the sauce for me? She's like, yes. So she made it. And then I used it, but my taco was a little dry. And She's been harping me all week, man. Should have used more sauce. Should have used more sauce. Every time somebody says the words tacos, she just should have used more sauce. So I guess I have to wait until this competition to have her, I'll use more sauce. On October 11th.
Well, don't make your fish dry.
Well, the fish was amazing. It was just the tortilla, I think, just pulled too much moisture because it was the fish. It had the vinegar, cabbage on there, cilantro, and then the deep fried fish. So I think there were just a lot of dry components on there, and not enough.
Doesn't sound like that would be dry at all.
Yeah, it was really odd. I thought it was strange, but it just did. Maybe I just
what kind of sauce was it?
It was like a ranch cilantro style. Like a lime cilantro style sauce.
I love a good fish taco.
Yeah, everybody liked it. It just needed to be elevated to the next level.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
You put any lime on it?
The lime was in the sauce. So I didn't want to go too far, but now I should have just used more sauce. She has more sauce. Yep. And
so do you guys have any background in cooking competitions at all? Or is this the first time thing, or have you ever competed at all, or you dipped your toes down at Chrissy Vanover's competition?
Yeah, we dipped our toes down there. We got a taste for it. We got a smell for it. It all smells so good. Yeah. And then
we did go to Boulder City.
We were in Boulder City.
We did the judging course. We did the judging course there with Ken.
Oh, did you? So now you're a CBJs.
Yes.
Yeah. It was an awesome experience. They put us through the course, and then we got to hop in there as judges that night, and it was fantastic. It definitely was eye-opening to everything that goes into it.
I like steak.
Yeah. One of our local teams won that. Shout out to Tuffy's Barbecue.
Yeah, Tuffy's Barbecue.
Oh, nice. We saw that. We stuck around for the awards. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So my question is here, you guys just decided to do a competition. How did you hear about Competition Barbecue? This is my biggest thing that I've been trying to figure out, and maybe you can help open up pathways, because Jesse has tons of friends. I have tons of friends. All the barbecue community has a ton of friends, but everybody already knows we do Competition Barbecue. But there's people that out there in this world that don't know this is even a thing. How did you guys stumble into the Competition Barbecue thing?
Started with guns. We went to Bass Pro to go buy, I think, a reticle for my gun, and she's seen all the pop-up tents, so there was no advertisement, which was interesting. And we just moseying on us. She's like, "Let's go." I'm like, "All right," and then we just seen what it was and figured out you guys were doing a state competition. We just kept going up to different people and asking. Everybody was so friendly. That's literally, we just walked upon it.
Got it.
Because we wanted to go see what tents were doing.
Like you said, the barbecue community is really a lot like the off-road community, where it's a big family and people are very open and very welcoming. Mm-hmm. So we talk about shooting all the time, whether it's bows or it's guns. What kind of rifle are we getting a reticle for?
I have a little AR pistol.
Little.
I believe it's legal. It is legal. It is legal. Yes.
He's talking in California, man. The hard part is, California, they have these really tight gun laws. Here in Utah, we're just like, what do we want to shoot today? What do we want to carry around today?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like carrying my 9mm with a 50-round drum. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a Utah
and I'll be packing a 10mm all weekend long up in the mountains.
Yeah, but California, man, you're in trouble if you carry more than 6 rounds.
Is it 6?
I'm not.
Is that the law?
I don't bring guns to California.
Yeah, it's literally that tight. It's 6. I think they tried to limit it to 6 or 8, if I remember correctly. But
I have to leave everything. I don't even think I have anything that, other than my judge, I don't think I have anything that's that low of a capacity.
Yeah. Well, your judge is probably you probably have enough capacity, but now you're talking about barrel restrictions.
Oh, I better not take anything when I come down to judge. Huh?
Only thing that you can take is your arms, Jesse.
Ooh, gun show.
Yeah,
break out the big guns.
Yep. And then so it's right here. It says one lucky early bird will get a full refund in their steak cook-off registration. Are we talking about just one steak? We talking if they buy 2 steaks? And then how are you guys drawing for that?
We are talking about whatever they are registered for. If they're registered for 1 or they're registered for 2, we will refund it. And we'll do it with a random prize generator that we use
it has
online.
a little circle thing that you put everybody in, and then it just randomly picks somebody. We used it before on another one, event we ran.
It works well.
It's fair.
Try and get people in early. Try and get people talking about it early. It helps with the promotion and the word of mouth. But it makes it a little bit more fun too.
Right.
And what's the date for that? What are they got to be entered by? What date?
September 1st.
September 1st is when we'll do the draw.
Nice.
The draw's the 2nd, is what it says.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
You have to be paid before the 1st, and they'll draw the 2nd. And then, oh man, I totally just thought.
Who's the SCA reps? Who's repping your?
We got
event?
Ken.
Yeah, Ken said he's showing up.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
we're really excited. We reached out to them, and he's been all on board, and he was keen, and he was super keen when we started telling him more about the venue and things like that. And I'd like to have him out there. So if more the merrier. Brett wants to come along too, but yeah, Ken's on board.
Sweet. And then just curious, as of today, I know we're 3 months out before even the early registration is over. Has anybody registered yet?
We have a couple vendors registered to come out and set up, but we don't have any participants yet. So we'd like to see more participants, and I'm hoping we can talk about a little bit more about the event and what we've got planned, and hopefully that'll be exciting enough to draw people in.
Perfect. So I'm just going to tell you, Jesse is a promoter here in Utah. He promotes a lot of barbecue competitions. I don't know why us competition guys, we wait until the very last minute. Do not
We heard
panic.
that. We heard that. It was one of the things we tried to get around and encourage people sign up early.
Ken told us that most people don't pick up until like the 2 months out ish time frame.
But I get it.
We have teams 7 days out. It drives
7
me
days.
crazy.
I'm usually a 2-week guy.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
life changes. You never know.
Life changes and it's hard, but you know what?
Yeah.
We'll offer a refund if somebody comes to us and says, "Hey, we can't make it." The refund option is there. We want to make sure get in early if you can, but if you can't, show up and we'll still fit you in.
Be a judge.
Completely awesome. And then so this is 100%. You guys obviously are going to have facilities out there. You guys going to be providing water as well for competitors?
We have water and electricity on site. We do ask that people bring generators as much as possible.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got water and everything on site. We'll have vendors on site for food and things like that. We are pretty remote. There's a couple of restaurants and things in the town nearby Trona, about 11 miles away from us. But as far as we're trying to make sure that we've got everything on site for everybody so it's comfortable and we've got all the facilities people need.
Perfect. And then also you said you do have some food trucks out there available, right?
Yeah, our plan is to have a couple of food trucks out, make sure everybody's comfortable, dig into steak, but find something else as well.
Perfect. And this is just my recommendation, just for the food trucks. Jesse, you might be able to counter this, or I guess agree with it, but nobody's really going to go to those food trucks until after awards. So just letting your true food truck vendors know that it might be slow during the competition time, but most people will come and eat after.
But
just because everybody's cooking, it's just tough.
This is a different setup where it's Base Camp Death Valley.
Yeah.
Go on their Facebook page, check out all the views and all the pictures on there. I think people are going to come out to watch the competition, so the food trucks might have business during the competition while people strolling around, all the off-road community that might be out there checking things out. So it could be either or. Yep.
And then also, are we going to be allowed to drink?
Yes.
Perfect.
Under control.
You can bring your own drinks. You're more than welcome to BYOB for this event.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Make yourselves at home, and it's one of the reasons we wanted people to be able to camp out, settle in, make yourselves at home, enjoy your time out there.
That is awesome. So
it's a cooking competition and a camping.
Yeah. It's actually something that I really would like. I thought about that before. I was like, how cool would it be to have a competition at a campsite? Where everybody can just hang out, camp, gather around a big fire ring or something. Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Make it social, enjoy it. And get everybody together. It's kind of a big old party.
Shoot, now I kind of want to do a night run.
Hey, I'm in.
So
I've got lots of lights on the SRTV. So
awesome. So how many miles of trails do you guys have around your property where people, if they want to bring their
a lot. We're actually doing an event on Halloween, and we are doing an off-road run up to the Barker Ranch where Manson was caught.
So,
that would be fun.
It's pretty cool. We've got a lot of neat stuff out there to see. There's a few ghost towns, a lot of old mines. There's
lots of mines.
There's a lot of history in that area. There's a lot to explore if you've got an off-road rig. We're about a 15-minute off-road drive away from some waterfalls too, if you can imagine.
Springs.
Yeah,
really?
there's lots going on out there. So yeah.
how many mile run is that? How many miles is that for that October run?
It's only 30.
Yeah.
Only
When I'm
30.
mapping it out, it's 30.
So it's 30 each way, right?
Yeah, 30 each way.
Nice.
And then you drop into a canyon. It should be relatively easy. There's a small little waterfall. I know we're going a little sidetracked, but there's a small little waterfall going in the canyon. But the canyon's beautiful. There's water running down the canyon like through the center. It's fantastic.
That's
That
one
was
of the
your
that's
most
yeah.
recent
that's one of the most fun runs to do is to do some water wheeling.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
Yeah. And then I just have a personal question. I looked all over the place, up and down, left and right, to see a wild turtle. Am I going to see a wild turtle on your guys' property? Tortoise, I should say. Yes, tortoise. He said
You
no.
probably will not.
A turtle.
I said that though.
Tortoise.
What was that last year? I said the only thing I have yet that's on my to-do list to see was a turtle, and then we drove into town and there was one in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that's why I see it on your screen. So I was like, am I going to see one? But
They're very rare. Like I don't like I've done like the drive from Joshua Tree to Vegas numerous times for the last 6 years. I've seen one, and that was last year.
All right. Well, I won't have high expectations then. I won't hold you to it.
But did you see the donkeys on there? Do you guys have a bunch of wild donkeys out there?
They're all over. They're
Are
all
they?
over.
They're my
love
favorite.
those.
I love them.
I love
We've
them.
got donkeys. We've got bobcats.
Yeah, we've seen a bobcat
got-
recently.
Yeah. There's everything you can imagine out there. Eli found a loon in the middle of the desert last year.
I co-host this with a loon, so
Wow. Wow. Wow.
it took you a second.
Yeah, it kind of did. Well, I was over here trying to
Well,
screen share, guys.
You're a loon, so that's all good.
Yeah. No, aren't loons like super like native to like Minnesota?
Canada.
Like Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't walk on land, and they can't take off on land. They only can take off on water. And I found them in the middle of Death Valley. Almost ran over.
Wow.
That's
you
interesting.
were able to get him back up in the air, or what did you do? Just turn
No,
him
I
to
threw
the
him in the truck, took him to base camp. He was there for the whole weekend. I went back to Vegas, stuck him in my bathtub, went to work for 12 hours. I think it was a 12-hour day. And then I took him there. There's the man-made lakes in Vegas, and I let him go on one of the man-made lakes. And
nice.
I don't know what happened to him, but he was alive when I let him go.
Nice. That is awesome.
I didn't know that
awesome.
about a loon, though.
Yeah, I did
That's
not know that.
interesting.
Apparently, when you find one, you do a little bit of research.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it not walking?
Right? Why does it not walk? Yeah, that is crazy. That is cool. But it's time. I feel like it's really time to. I've been promoting this all day today on the breaking announcement. Are you guys ready to share this part? It's something new. I've never seen it in the SCA, so I think this is going to be the first. I don't know if Ken has verified this or not, but it is something new that I've never seen in the SCA before.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We wanted something a little different, and there's a Facebook group that I believe talks about the West Coast Steak Championship, but there is not an official title for this. And we thought, what can we do to make things exciting for the people that already have that gold ticket? How do you get those guys to come and cook at your event now that they're not chasing it? So we thought about it being the end of the year, and that is what we're announcing, the official West Coast Steak Championship title. And we will have a special trophy and a special entry category for that. You've got to be a resident of a West Coast state, and you need to be in possession of your gold ticket for this year.
Wow, that's cool.
That
First
is awesome.
place, winner take all.
First place prize, winner take all, $1,000 and a trophy, and that's separate from the other payouts, the other event.
Yep.
That is awesome. So it's an
That's
invite
nice.
for golden ticket holders only.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will be crowned the West Coast Golden Ticket Champion. And just so everybody doesn't panic, This is completely different than the West Coast points champion. There will still be a West Coast points champion for everybody competing in the West Coast, but this is the West Coast Golden Ticket Winter Championship.
Yes.
So thank God I qualified.
I might have to cook a couple comps.
Yeah, you have to cook a couple comps to even get yourself shot. I was talking to my buddy Brendan Nelson. He is Utah's point leader right now. He's leading with like 66 points. The dude has yet to land a golden ticket, but he is the points. He's in the, I think, top 20 in the nation and leading the state, and yet to get a golden ticket. But I told him, I was like, you know what your problem is you're not cooking with an RFX.
I think we saw him take second place at Boulder, right? Yeah.
But the person that beat him already had a golden ticket, so he didn't get a pass down at all. So he's right there, just hasn't got it. So I told him, I was like, well, I'm just telling you this. You better get your butt in gear so you can win that golden ticket to be able to do something cool.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So this is really, really cool. So it's just golden tickets going head to head. Are you going to do that as like at the end of competition, right? You're going to do the 2 steaks, the 2 ancillaries, and then you're going to throw the whole
we'll have
steak.
to turn in for that at the very end, but we'll do all the awards and everything together.
Very nice. And then another question people like to know is, where are you sourcing the beef?
Where are we sourcing the beef? We have not figured that out yet. So far, we're looking at Stater Brothers. They're our most local option in Ridgecrest.
Mm-hmm.
That's likely where it'll come from.
Very nice. This is awesome. Jesse, what other questions do you have coming from a promoter standpoint?
Well, I just really enjoy I was digging into the venue, and I'm like, this is going to be a really cool spot. Get people out there. They're gonna probably want to spend the night, hang out, have a good time. I think this is the best of all worlds. You get to go out and compete in the competition, and then hang out and spend some time with, because we're always cooking in a parking lot.
Yeah.
This is out at a really cool venue, and then you get, obviously most people are going to stay over, and you get to have that camaraderie that comes along with hanging out and seeing your old friends and talking crap, telling stories, tall tales, just like Anthony tells all the time.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely. We want to keep people around. It's an opportunity to socialize and get to know everybody and, introduce ourselves to the community. But the time to go hang out, enjoy it. You come out there and you work for
drive.
it. Yeah.
It's a decent drive.
It's something that doesn't happen in the SCA very often. Barbecue competitions, we're there for 2 days, so everybody gets to hang out at night and chill out because nobody's really cooking yet. They've done all their prep and they can hang out, and that's going to be different for the SCA world. I think it'll be a fun event.
Awesome, appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And then to sign up for this event, it's not the traditional go to the SCA website. They actually have their own link to be able to get signed up to this. It's through, was it Eventbrite? Is that who it's through? Yep. And then you can also go ahead and get signed in there. And just for you people that know, we understand coming up with this kind of money this early is kind of, some people is difficult. They do have the PayPal pay in 4 option if you want to, or enter now, pay later type scenario as well through PayPal. So it's just like the SCA. Get signed up, support them, let them know that you're coming, and be a part of the history, because this is going to be the first that I know of something going down like this. And good job for you guys to come up and think of this on your very first competition.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
it's something a little different, and I hope everybody likes it. We're open. The feedback is great. We're totally open to that. I know there was a lot of people that were concerned. There was another event going on that weekend. We chatted with Ken. Ken was awesome. He reached out to the event guys from Utah. They were nice enough to say they could shift their dates, so we can all party and hang out together. And hopefully we can promote their event, and we'll do the same for us.
Heck yeah, that is awesome. So just go ahead and let's let everybody know how to, find your stuff and how to be able to get registered and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So you can find us on Eventbrite. You can also find us through Facebook and our Basecamp Death Valley on there. There's a couple of events posted, so you can find us through those links, or you can reach out to us on Instagram, basecamp_Death Valley.
Perfect. And is there anything that we did not touch on that you might want to focus on just a little bit before we let you go?
I don't think so. Come out and have some fun.
Bring your off-road toy. Go have some fun.
Absolutely.
After you be full and go off-roading.
Be full and go off-roading. Go off-roading the day before. If you want to check out any of our other events, we'd love to have people out.
Honestly, that is awesome. So just for somebody like me and Jesse, if we do decide to bring our rigs out, is there any way that you can maybe have like a recommended trail for us to go and visit or anything like that? That'd be very fun if we just like have like a trail map, say, hey, if you're bringing out, you're from out of here, we recommend you maybe going and checking out this destination. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a number of destinations. We've got some maps posted up on site with off-road trails, so we will set you in the right direction depending on what your ability is and your rig is, and we'll make sure that you're all good to go. And
just grab Onyx off-road.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse, I'm like processing this in my head. I might just ditch the camper, pull down the Razor, stay in the hotel, and just go rip some trails a day early.
That's what I'm thinking right now, because I guarantee my wife would love to go do that.
Right? How fun is that? Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, do you have any other questions for these guys?
Go judge it and then go wheeling.
Yeah. I don't
know
about that.
Go wheeling in the morning. No, we go judge for the event.
Right.
Stay overnight and then go wheeling the next day.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
There you go.
That sounds like fun. Cook the event, then go wheeling. How about go wheeling, cook the event, go wheeling?
I like it.
Since we're there, if we're gonna drag it 8 hours from Utah, might as well enjoy all of it that we can. Burn some fuel.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we're gonna really help you try to get this going. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
You guys. Thank
you bet.
Thanks. Yep.
Good luck now.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Take care,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks.